What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. So, let's talk about Gavin Infinity Episode 4. So, now we're heading into, the actual aspect of the show where, again, they feature multiple universes and multiple Gavins. Now, just to be clear, we are going to go back to Setsuna and Kiki later on in later episodes, but for now, it's Reiji and like his travel to other cosmo layers in order to meet other Gavins. Now, what really surprised me in this episode is like the introduction of a really unique Gavin and basically the Earth, or the Earth itself in this cosmo layer is quite unique in a specific regard, which I will get to later. So, anyways, so again, there is an Emulgir reaction, and of course, it's Reiji's job to travel to that dimension or that cosmo layer in order to solve the problem. Typical Gavin Infinity stuff at this point. So, anyways, so once Reiji lands on this version of Earth, so he notices. You might notice something. The insects in this version of Earth are sentient, and that's gonna be very important in this video. You probably would have noticed uh you know the thumbnail already, but we'll get to that. So I forgot her name, but anyways, Reiji meets a police officer, or rather another member of the Galactic Police Force when she shows her badge, of course. So the thing is here, uh, before this episode, so this girl was seen holding the Gavalion trigger, making everyone think that she is the Gavin of this world. And by the way, I forgot the name of the character, but the name of the actress is Yui Watanabe. Now, why is that important, you may ask? Now, it's not necessarily very important to this video, but a more interesting fact, I guess. So, Yui Watanabe actually appeared as some sort of like a guest star in Go Jujer episode 20. So she was one of Oto Ichikawa's you can say gal servants, she was the one with the blonde hair. Yeah, she was the shorter girl. So yes, it's actually nice to see her back again in Toei Tokusatsu after not necessarily a year, but definitely it's been a few months she's since she's been in Toei Tokusatsu project, but she does have a lot more screen time that in this episode. Again, she is a guest character. Who knows if she is going to return in future episodes, but we'll see. So, the main criminal of this episode actually uses like a type of drill type, a type of drill vehicle, which is apparently a retool of the Go-Go drill from Bokenger, which is a really nice callback. Again, they're retooling Super Sentai things to create a new story, and I'm fine with that. That's okay. So they investigate and they try to track down this criminal who wants to basically rule from the underground, literally by controlling a drill. So, nonetheless, it is revealed that the actual Gavin of this universe is an ant. So, actually, how he transforms is that, he is assisted by the girl. So she activates the Gavalion trigger, shoots it onto him, so the ant, and he transforms into Gavin Amaze, I guess, Aramase. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to pronounce as well, even though I I'm kind of familiar, but nonetheless, so for the purposes of this video, and you probably have seen the thumbnail and the title, now we get into it. He is who I call GavANT. GavANT. I've seen everything. Like, this episode is hilarious in that regard. Like, uh, now, one thing about GavANT in this episode, by the way. So, again, I forgot the name of the voice actor. Forgive me, guys. You can tell me down in the comment section. But he is the voice of the double driver from Kamen Rider Double. Yep. So, it definitely sounds like him. Like every time he speaks, I'm just say this is straight up double driver. So, but again, the idea of you know this Gavin being an actual ant is fresh in my opinion. So again, like I have said many times throughout different videos about Gavin Infinity. So again, the fact that Reiji has to travel to different Earths and we see like different iterations of our planet. So naturally, things are not going to be the same. Okay? So even Reiji is shocked by the fact that insects could talk. Not to mention, like, the Prime Minister of Japan in this universe is a Japanese rhinoceros beetle, a kabuto, if you will. So, again, it's actually an amusing thing to see. So, you know, what other crazy stuff could be out there in the other cosmo layers? So, yeah, again, it is hilarious, it is amusing, it is fresh. Now, probably not everyone's cup of tea. So I have seen comments from like other people who have watched Gavin Infinity episode 4. I understand if they don't like this situation. So like the first 3 episodes were solid. Episode 4, like again, like the fact of there being a Gav ant is again not everyone's cup of tea, and I completely understand that. So again, probably one of like I would say it would be the quote unquote lowest point so far in the entire Gavin Infinity run as of now. But again, personally, I like this idea. So, what other crazy stuff would Toei toy with in order to create like a completely original Earth? I don't know, in episode 5? Not necessarily episode 5 because actually, Gavin, like Reiji rather, travels back to Setsuna's world. I'm just giving you that as a heads up. Not necessarily a spoiler, but it's what they've shown in the trailer or, the preview for episode 5. So, yes, we are getting back to Setsuna. So, any Setsuna fans out there, so, yeah, rejoice. But, anyways, again, so Reiji, with the help of GavANT, like they do eventually stop this, drill wielding criminal, and they get his negative MO gear, and and the day is saved. What is interesting though is despite the Gavarian or the Cosmo Gavarian being able to transform into a giant robot, like the machine that the enemy used in this episode was actually much bigger. So yeah, interesting. But again, given the nature of this fight, so Neji actually uses the Gavarian drill as an attachment to the Cosmo Gavarian Robo, and by drilling into the drill of the enemy, they defeat it. So yeah, that is how Neji dealt with it. While Gav Ant deals with the criminals outside. So what's interesting is that Gavarian blade of GavANT. So they're actually the ant wings. So again, some ants do have wings, and this one, well, not necessarily having the wings, but you know, the Gavarian blades are made into the wings of the combat suit, enabling the ant to not only fly around, but it is the way he attacks. So basically, maybe for the, using the emotional burst, so his assistant could probably use the Gavarian trigger to activate that. So while she does not transform into Gavin, she is most likely able to use, you know, uh, like other aspects. Like she can use the Gavarian trigger as a weapon in and of itself, and then again activate the emotional burst, shoot whatever is in the way. Another interesting thing to note, however, is in this episode there's no Maku space, but that's fine in my opinion. It doesn't necessarily have to happen all the time, but maybe every time, like, of course, like whether it's Reiji or one of the other Gavin, one of the other Gavins like Bushido or Luminous, probably when they're involved, there probably would be another Maku space battle in the future. But yeah, again, it's not necessary. I don't think it's necessary to happen all the time. I mean, considering that the animation, like, for 3D is still kind of pricey, I guess, in my opinion. But it's there. So it is going to happen in future episodes. We just have to wait and see. So with that said, you know, again, well, the idea of GavANT is not for everyone. I still enjoyed this episode a lot, so I'm still giving it a 4 out of 5. So again, it is a fresh idea, and who knows what other kind of crazy things are in store for Gavin Infinity in the future. So with that said, thanks for watching, and tell me what you guys think about Gavin episode 4 or Gavin Infinity episode 4 in the comments. So, anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next one.